The words that you speak are either solving a problem or they're recreating the same problems that you keep experiencing over and over again. There is so much power in the spoken word, and the problem is sometimes we don't realize what we're actually saying and how we're saying it. Have you ever told yourself, I'm going to do whatever it is, XYZ, I'm going to do this, and then you proceed to not do it, or you proceed to go against yourself, or everything seems to fall apart? It's because somewhere along the way, you spoke somewhere against your own goal. You spoke against yourself. What's challenging is sometimes you can't hear it in your own language. Like, you're so used to yourself and the words that you're speaking, and you can't hear what you're actually saying, what you're actually decreeing, and what's underneath the words that you're saying. So, like, I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, Dan and I were moving out of our previous rental house, and I had been saying out loud, I hate this landlord. I hate this landlord. I hate this landlord. They're so terrible. They're so terrible. And I would talk about all of the little problems that we were experiencing from this landlord. And like, the very first one was they didn't give us the pool key that we were supposed to get to the community pool. And it was like one problem after the other. And I told this story to several people, and I never actually solved the problem. We stayed at that house for 3 years. So instead of moving after our first year's lease was up, or instead of just breaking the lease and paying the cost to get out of that lease, we stayed there for 3 years, and I kept voicing the same problems over and over again, and my disgust and my disgruntledness with the landlord. And I was talking to a coach about this. He's like, are you ready to solve the problem, or are you just gonna keep staying in the problem? And I was like, I'm ready to solve the problem. And so he said, okay, put in your 60-day notice and leave. And that's it. When I started thinking about doing that, I got this nauseous feeling in the pit of my stomach, because I knew that this landlord would try to scam us out of our security deposit and try to add a bunch of bogus fees, because they had a history of doing that. And I just kept saying, okay, I'm afraid of doing that. I'm afraid of leaving because I don't want them to scam us. The coach at the time said, it doesn't matter, just leave, vacate, put in your vacate notice and leave. And if you have problems with them, you can deal with the problem at that time. You can hire a lawyer, but the first step is put in your vacate notice. So we did, had ChatGPT write a legal sounding letter, like threatening them to give us our full security deposit, because they tried to keep all of it. And the letter worked, and we got the full deposit back. I had to email the landlord a couple times, but it worked. Then I thought, okay, we've searched like 60 houses to try to find the house that we really want to live in. We were just about to sign a lease on a different house with a company that was very similar to that previous landlord. The house was amazing. It was like this one, maybe slightly better because it had like a guest suite. It looked like a great house. We were excited about it. We weren't too happy about the neighborhood, but we were about to sign that lease with a different company, with a different house, other than this one. My spidey senses, I was like, no, everything about this is just a repeat of the previous bad landlord. We decided not to go forward with that lease. And we said, okay, this is what I said. This is what I didn't do previously. I asked God to bless our house finding experience. And I said, God, show us the perfect house. We have searched high and low. We've searched through 60 different rental houses, which is excessive. Show us the right house. Like, just bless this whole process. Like, take over. I surrender. And very shortly after that, we saw a listing for this house. There was no picture on it. There was a price on it that was a little bit higher than our previous house. This house showed up, 4 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, way bigger than, like, more than double the previous house that we were in for 3 years. We took one tour of it, and we knew that, yes, this is the house that we want to rent. This is the house we want to live in. So we've been here for 2 years. And this landlord has been amazing. They have been so easy to work with. So easy, like night and day. That is an example of using your voice to speak into your life, like speak life into your experiences. Not once have I complained about this landlord or said anything negative about them. They've been an absolute dream. I wish I would have given this landlord those 3 years of business instead of the other one that sucked. So that's an example of when you are paying attention to your language, the words that are coming out of your mouth, and you're getting control of what you're actively voicing and removing anything underneath that is speaking against the goal that you really want. So I want you to think about, like, what is something that you want to either create, or what is a problem that you want to solve? Post in the comments one sentence, like declare it. How are you going to voice that? What is the words that you say when you think about this goal that you want or this problem that you want to solve? And really pay attention to the language that you're using, the words that are coming out of your mouth, and the spirit underneath how you're speaking that. Like, is it a spirit of irritation? Is it a spirit of frustration, anger? Or is it excitement? Is it enthusiasm? Is it passion or conviction? Like, what is underneath the words that you're speaking out loud? Comment below, what is something you want to create, or what is a problem you want to solve? Give me one sentence, use the exact words. How would you describe that thing? I will comment back if there's anything underneath your language that you may be speaking against yourself. I will let you know how you can shift and edit that sentence to get the actual result that you want.